unforgettable. That's what you are.
It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then ring, just one of those things. It was just
what a voice there. You have seen him in film and television for decades, and now actor Dorian Harewood is taking on the role of legendary singer Nat King Cole in a one-day jazz show.
And he is joining us this morning to talk about how he's bringing the iconic singer to life. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
We
Thank
appreciate you coming into the studio. Okay, so this show is Friday, July 9th. And
Yes.
what made you want to do a tribute to Nat King Cole?
Well, I've been a fan, as everyone on the planet.
Sure.
Right.
I've been a fan of Nat King Cole, and I had just finished a project in New York last year. I did a musical called The Notebook, and I also did a club date there. We did a thing called the Songs from the Brill Building, which is all the big hit songs from the 60s, and the writers, Carole King, and all those different terrific Burt Bacharach, Hal David, and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I had another idea for a show, and I said I'd always wanted to do a tribute to Nat King Cole, one of our greatest singers. And as it happens, I'm a baritone. Nat is a baritone. I'm not doing an impression. No one can sound like Nat King Cole. No one. Okay. So it's not an impression. It is a tribute to his wonderful music, his beautiful, unique sound, and the wonderful songs that he gave to the world. This year is the 60th anniversary of his passing. He passed in '65, so we thought it was a good time to bring it out and once again let the public be aware of his contribution to music and enlightening the world through that music.
Dorian, and besides your unbelievable, beautiful voice,
Thank
talk
you.
about that connection to Nat King Cole. What is it that made you want to take this on, and what can people expect during the show?
Well, first of all, the music that Nat did during that time, it's different from today. There's a lot of different stuff. In fact, I always kind of joke that Nat King Cole probably would never have turned the chair on The Voice. That show, The Voice, right?
Gotcha.
Because he wasn't coming in with a big kind of thing, or the vocal gymnastics. He had a sound that affects people, and the sound, the body is basically 60–70% water, liquid. And sound waves, sound affects the body. And music, that's why people get affected by different types of music. Nat King Cole, when he opened his mouth and that sound came out, it affected people and still affects people today. But he literally was not a vocal gymnast or trying to show you how high he could sing.
Right.
It was simply the truth, the truth of sound. And that's what I want people to be aware of. They are aware of it, whether they know it or not. But that's how he has affected people during his life and even today.
Amazing that you're doing a tribute like this to keep that music alive and bring it to audiences present day. Okay, while we have you, Monday marks 6 months since the fires, and we understand that you and your family were impacted, which we're so sorry to hear. So tell us more about how you all are doing and what you've been through.
Well, we're still, it's so surreal. We're still trying to deal with it. My daughter, her house was burned down. She was in Altadena. It was burned to the ground. And my son's mother-in-law's house was burned to the ground. So it was the first time in our lifetimes that we've ever actually been right on the cusp and involved in this kind of tragedy. Everyone reads about these kinds of things, but you never know how it's going to affect you. It has affected us, and we're still trying to get our bearings. But the great thing is it brings everything down to the basic. And fortunately for us, no one was harmed physically. And we have our loved ones, we have our lives, but they're just starting all over.
Absolutely. Well, we're sorry to hear that you went through that, but that is a great perspective, and we wish you the best as you all continue to recover. And with this show, thank you so much again for being with us.
Come hear some beautiful music.
All right, and you can hear that tribute to Nat King Cole at Herb Albert's Vibrato Grill, July 9th at 7:30 p.m.